Hi, my friends. This is Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, big welcome to you. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. I'm hoping it'll be short and sweet, but we'll see how it goes. I am in a very quirky mood today. Very tired. I think the weather and everything is starting to catch up with me. I went to the food store this morning for my usual grocery shopping, and I am just beat, and I think I just need to rest. So, doing my best to do that, be kind to myself. As you know, a couple weeks back, I was suffering with a cold for a good 2 weeks, and I am much better. I'm much better now, but I am just tired. So I think my body is needing to get better. So I am sipping on my cozy beverage, which is my morning coffee. Coffee, I use that word loosely. It's a mushroom. They call it mushroom chicory. It's a decaf. There's no caffeine in it. And yeah, I've been doing decaf for, well over a year now. So it's not bad. It's not bad. The brand, none of this is sponsored. It's Rightsy. I think that's how you say it. I don't mind it. Their hot cocoa is really good. I bought the hot cocoa as well. I kid you not. I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but when I drink that hot cocoa, it's the sleepy time hot cocoa, so you do definitely want to drink it at night. It makes me so lethargic. I literally will just start falling asleep on the couch. It's unbelievable. So, just saying, it's good stuff, and it's very good. If you like rich dark chocolate, that's kind of what it tastes like. So I will say my palate tends to lean more like an adult palate, so it's a little bit more, I tend to like things that are more bitter these days, tart, things like that. So if you tend to enjoy healthy tasting food, you might enjoy this as well. So there you go. And I add some stevia sweetener to it. It's very good. Alright, so we're going to get right into things here. As far as my shop update, I don't really have anything new in the shop at the moment. But I did put out a survey last week, so definitely go to the survey and see, and share your opinion. I'd love to hear from you. So please do so. I do want to hear from you guys. It's very important to me. So if you are someone who is a knitter, a crocheter, someone who would purchase wool from an independent dyer like myself, I definitely want your opinion about those questions I asked. So definitely feel free to share that opinion. I appreciate it. And we will get into the works in progress. The whips. The works in progress this week. I've got a couple actually that I worked on. I did work on a couple. And let's start with my tried and true half and half triangles wrap. I feel like it doesn't change much, but I do like to show the colors because everybody wants to see the colors knit up. So I feel like even though it looks very similar to how I did last week, I did knit, make some headway on it. I knit about an inch or two, inch and a half of my Strawberry Shortcake colorway. This is Multifarious Nature colorway. It's a tonal. I just love it. It's the happiest color. It's gonna mess with my lighting. I'm using natural light, you guys. That's the nice part about recording during the day. This is Friday that I'm recording, so I'm not sure when I'll get this up. Hopefully my internet will behave and I'll be able to get this up tonight. We will see. Otherwise, it may be Saturday that I post it, and I apologize. I try to do it Fridays, but we are out in the country and we just have to deal with what we've got going on. So the other colorway that is the color I finished knitting with already, the first big triangle, is my Kismet colorway. This is technically the wrong side, so you can see where I've done my little knots here, and those are, what do they call it? Magic? Is it magic knots? Yeah, I think it's the magic knots, where you tie two knots, you pull it together, and then it just supposedly won't come apart. This is a shawl. I'm going to be using kind of like a blanket and a shawl, so really I'm not concerned about whether those knots are going to be sufficient enough or not. If I was using this as a sweater, I may want to do more of like just the woven in ends and not even bother with any knots, because I'd be pulling it on and everything. So But Kismet, hopefully this colorway is going to show up right. Oh, our natural lighting is fighting me. That's frustrating. It's a beautiful peachy color, primarily peachy tonal, and then it has these salmon color speckles. So there's some salmon speckles, there is some peach speckles, there's some light brown speckles, some dark brown speckles. There's actually also some lilac, like purple speckles in here too. So it's a really fun color. I love it. And that was a lot of fun to knit. That helped me just knit this first triangle super fast. And the process of knitting this is just so relaxing. I cannot emphasize that enough. It also is like wearing a blanket at this point while I'm working on it, which is excellent because it was really, really, really cold outside. Yes, even in the frigid cold, I eat in my car at work. I do. I am a hardcore. I am very much an introvert and I get very drained. So when I have a chance that I can escape, I do so. But then also, it has a lot to do with my vitamin D. I didn't think about it, but when it's actually sunny, which it's not right now, but when it's actually sunny out, if I go sit outside and eat lunch, which I have like an hour lunch, then I actually get more vitamin D in my life, which I need. So that explains also why I might be happier if I take a lunch outside. So here we have it. There's strawberry shortcake and then Kismet. And they're together in my half and half triangles wrap. The design is by Pearl Soho. It is a free pattern. So if you're looking for a really fun blanket, actually. So this is a shawl. This is a shawl. But if you do the biggest size, there's bigger and, or I think it's big and bigger are the sizes. It's huge. It's huge. So it would make a great blanket. So if you're looking for, now this will take some time to knit, but I'm thinking if you're looking for a really fun baby blanket knit to give as a gift, I recommend it because I think it's a really fun way to use fun colors. You can do striping too. So the way it knits, it's going back and forth. So the striping will be going that way, and then the striping is going a different direction on the other side. But you could definitely do that as a baby blanket, and I think that would be really fun. That's intriguing to me. But I think that would be an excellent way to use some fun colors and do some striping and everything. I don't know. I just think it might be more intriguing because sometimes baby blankets can get kind of redundant and you just don't want to work on it. So there you go. I have it. It does take 6 skeins of fingering weight yarn, so it's a lot of yardage, but that's why the size is so big. And the first colorway, this is the third skein, and I've got about, it's definitely under 50 grams, I think. I'm not exactly sure how much I should weigh it. It may be 40 grams. Might be about 45 grams, 45 grams that I have left, but that's the leftover of my first one. I am on my, or I will be on my second cake of strawberry shortcake. So I've knit up the first. I've got just a little bit of the first left. I mean, this is a wad of mess at this point. This is down to the wire, the end of it. So that's why it looks like that. I usually don't let it get so barf looking, but that's what happens. But yeah, it's really a lot of fun. So I've been knitting on that on my lunch break a little this week. So that was really nice. So I did that, and then I also, the other day, was spending some time knitting on my Turkish Delight socks, which are my Advent knitting for Multifarious Nature. It is my second weekend Advent set. The sock set is By the Chimney with Care. I'll show you that. And as I mentioned, the sock pattern is the Turkish Delight pattern by Paper Daisy Creations. So, I love this. This is By the Chimney with Care. I am making some progress, you guys. Some nice progress. We have a foot. We have like a foot. So we've got our little toe here. This is the contrast color. It's this beautiful goldenrod kind of color. And it's like really beautiful. And then we have, and speaking of like a goldenrod, there's a little golden lock and loo progress keeper. And then the main colorway here is that, again, is By the Chimney with Care, is reminiscent of a hearth. So it's primarily a brown. And then we have some like dark red speckles, a darker green. And there it's very muted. I wanted to really get that essence of sitting by your fireplace with the stockings hung and the twinkle lights around the fireplace and the garland hung, and that's what my goal was with this. So I feel like I captured it, at least to me, from a child's perspective. This is what I remember growing up. Like, this is By the Chimney with Care fireplace. So I love it. It makes me so happy. And I really am enjoying this pattern. It's not overly complicated. You do kind of have to keep track of your repeat. So my progress keeper is actually keeping track of my repeat. So this is my first sock. I am, going to be doing a couple more inches, because now I'm at the point where you figure out however long you want your ankle to be. Then you'll have to make a note of it, because then that would help me know like how big the next one needs to be. And I'm just kind of eyeballing. This is the cake, so I'm kind of eyeballing it because I want to do about half of it. But again, I don't like super, super tall socks either, but then again, if they are tall-ish, that could be kind of fun too. I don't know. We'll see where I go here. If I want to make them more like a crew sock. I know they aren't going to be shorties. I'm going to definitely keep going, but I don't know. We will see. I do like the boot sock. The Ridgeline boot sock height is a nice height, so I may try to compare them and get around that height. So I've been working on that one a bit this week as well. I did do the heel. I don't know if I showed you guys the heel last week or not. Maybe I did. Probably did, because I didn't really work on much of this week. It was more up here that it was working. So I think I finished this last week. Pretty sure. Let me know if I did. I'm sorry if I seem kind of low energy, you guys. I really, I feel it. I'm tired. I'm very tired. It's been very dark here in Michigan, which is not abnormal this time of year. That is very normal. We should be getting sun this next week, which I'm looking forward to, because I need it to just go into my face. I need to get that vitamin D. Seriously, it's unbelievable. All right. So my next project that I worked on quite a bit is my resource raglan in the Foundation Fade pattern. And this is by Sarah Opie. It's a really interesting pattern, you guys. It's a really interesting pattern. So I don't know if you can see here. Maybe you can. So this is like your typical raglan. I mean, it's however your raglan's going to be. But then she has some shaping in here so that it like fits around your arm. Absolutely fascinating. Also kind of then fits around your bust. Mind blown. I'm just so excited. So I'm looking forward to when I do finish this, because I think it's going to fit really nicely. So I do have the one sleeve finished. I cannot recall if I had that finished last week. I think I did. I'm not 100%. But I did finish the one sleeve. Either last week or at the beginning of this week. I cannot remember. But I finished the one so that you can see how nicely cohesive the body and the sleeve is. And I'm holding the sleeve up higher than the neck. There we go. Because I'm like, these things match. I know they match. I know they match up, but they didn't look like they did. So these do match up. So this is that fade. This is my winter box by Woolberry. This was their winter box for the 2023. And I am enjoying it. I am looking forward to this. This sweater is unique colors for me, but it's in my wheelhouse. I feel like it's subdued and cozy and rich colors, even though it's subdued. Especially this dark one down here. Oh, that is so in my wheelhouse. I love it. But there we go. Actually, I have a kind of similar color back here. It's not the same at all. But you can see just by looking. Similar. But I do really enjoy my dark greens. And then just got the light green here as well. And that's where I'm going right now. I am just starting to get into the fade into the purple. So I'm kind of around this area of my sleeve, fading into the purple, and then we'll have that light lilac color, and then we'll fade into the darker one. I'm really enjoying it. It is a super fun pattern. Fading really does keep you interested and motivated. So if you do find you get kind of bored when it's all one color or something, maybe try a fade. It's a lot of fun. And you do not have to buy the entire resource raglan, because I do realize that's an investment. And if you do not make a lot of raglans, then by all means just buy the one, but it's an excellent price if you do find yourself making a couple of them. So just throwing that out there. So yeah, I worked on that primarily this week too, but not a lot. Like, I didn't do a lot of most of these projects. I just did a little. I had a lot going on this week. I had some appointments after work, so that's usually when I do knitting. So I didn't get as much knitting time in this week. Yeah, like I said today, I've been exhausted. Like, I went to the food store. I really hope I'm not going to get sick again. I really hope I'm not. There are a lot of people that are sick at work, so I'm really hoping that that's not what's going on. I'm just really tired, and yeah, ugh, I hope not. I think I just overdid it, and I'm hoping that if I relax and chill and take some time, I'll be feeling better, but we'll see. Definitely been exercising this week quite a bit too, so I've been exercising as well. So when I had an appointment and I exercised, there you go, not as much knitting, which is kind of a bummer. I want to knit right now. I hope after I finish recording, start uploading, I'll do a little knitting, because I do want to do that. I'm just really tired. All right. I did do something else this week too, though, which is also another reason why I did not do as much knitting. I did some spinning. So if you're interested in that information, then stick around. I'll show you here. All right, so, but if you're just interested in knitting, well, this kind of has to do with knitting, but it's up to you. So, this is my second, I'm trying to think if I'm being honest here. Yes, I am. It is my second fleece to garment spin. So my very first was a Cotswold fleece out of, I think it's EWE, oh gosh, they're out of U2 or something like that farm. They're on Facebook. They're out of Colorado. It was a reasonably priced fleece. It was pretty inexpensive for what it was, and there's kind of a reason for that. One, it was a pretty dirty fleece, and there was a lot of veggie matter. It was a lot of work. To be quite honest, I wouldn't want to get a fleece. I've talked about this in past videos. I would not want to get another fleece like that. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to purchase one from them again, because I think they did a great job. It's just that quality of fleece, I think I wouldn't necessarily want to purchase again. It was a beautiful Cotswold fleece. It was a multicolor, so it created beautiful hand spun. Very thick and thin, really random because it was my first time spinning. And I made the, what's the name of it? It's the jacket by, I'm trying to look at my notes and see if I have it here in my notebook, but if I don't stumble upon it quickly here, we'll just have to call it, but, because I don't want to keep you guys, but it's, oh my gosh, what is it? Is that sad or what? To be able to rattle it off so quickly, but it's the, I think it's the Miles, yeah, Miles shirt jacket. I remembered. I couldn't find it in my notes. I know it's in there somewhere. The Miles shirt jacket. I think it's by Ozetta. I think it's by Ozetta. Miles shirt jacket. It's massive. It's just massive. I did hand spun, which makes it trickier because it's really hard to gauge swatch hand spun. Unless you're a super consistent hand spinner, which I am not. My jacket probably ended up larger than it was intended to be. But that's why I did size down. I was kind of anticipating that to happen because of the thick and thinness of the hand spun. But it definitely ended up big. It is like a coat. It's wonderful. Super warm. That was my first hand spun. So my second hand spun fleece 2 item is using a fleece from, I've talked about them many times, Ballyhoo Fiber Emporium. They're out of Kentucky. I really, really enjoy her fleeces. I've purchased many from her. I would like to purchase a fleece from, I think it's, I'm trying to remember the name of it. No, it's another fiber farm. My mind is just blown today. But anyway, Ballyhoo Fiber Emporium, it is a Gotland lamb fleece. It is a small fleece. I think it was about 2.5 pounds or so. And that was before it was washed. So there's not a ton of lanolin on a Gotland fleece, but there is some. So you do lose some weight from that, and then also from removing, bits out of it and such. So I am so excited because I did a bunch of spinning and I finally finished my third skein. So this is my third skein, and I am so incredibly proud of this, you guys. Oh, I'm so proud of it because I overspin my yarn. I just twist the living daylights out of the singles. I really do. And I knew that is a problem. And I don't want it to be rope-like, I just really don't. And it has a tendency to get to that state. I am incredibly proud because this skein is a balanced skein of yarn. What that means, from what I've learned, is that when I have this completely untwisted, like right now I have it beautifully hanked up. This is that Gotland. It's super creamy. It's so beautiful. It's kind of an oatmeal color. And what it means is that when this is untwisted, so it's not in hank form, it's in a skein loop, it just hangs there. It doesn't twist back on itself. It just hangs there. And it does. It just hangs there, you guys. Oh, be still my heart. I'm so incredibly happy about that. Also, because I didn't twist the living daylights out of it, it's fluffy. Look, I mean, there's these nubs because I'm really bad about getting like the little like bitty bits off of it. And part of it's because I'm like, I tell myself, I don't want to waste any of it. But really, someday I would like to probably make more consistent yarn that's smooth-ish. But I want it to look hand spun. And this reminds me a lot of, like, kind of has a reminiscence when you leave the little bits in there of boucle. And I just love it. I love it so much. And it's so soft and squishy, and I'm incredibly proud of this yarn. So I did do quite a bit of spinning. The next one is about half the bobbin is filled up already. So that was, again, that's what I was working on last weekend. So I did a lot of spinning this week versus knitting, which I feel like I kind of come and go on that, but sometimes you just need to do the spinning. So I did spinning, and I'm really glad. So again, these are the first 2 skeins that I did. And I don't know, you can see it here even, like some of these, they're already, like, you can see that little twist right here? That is actually, there you go, you'll be able to see it. It's the single thread here, and it's going to twist on itself because it's so twisted. And that happens because you over twist the single and then you over twist when you're plying as well. So it's just one of those things. I'm trying to get better about it. trying to get better, and clearly I am improving because this one turned out so beautiful. So you can see the difference there is they're similar. They're similar. You know, they look like they're cousins. They look like they're siblings. They do look like they're related. But on closer inspection, this one is much tighter and this one is much fluffier looking, especially right here. But it's much fluffier because it is spun, but not spun like it's being strangled. I do tend to spin like I'm strangling my yarn. But here's the other crazy thing. So I did my yardage, and I kid you not, I have the exact same yardage as this last skein that I made. So this is the exact same amount of yarn as this skein, but this one looks so much lighter and fluffier than that one. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. So according to my pattern estimation, I'm about halfway to my sweater's quantity, which is huge. And actually, because I have about half a bobbin filled up, I'm probably about, not exactly 3/4. I can't say I'm 3/4 of the way to my sweater spin, but I am getting there and I'm excited. I'm enjoying the process. I'm not in a hurry ever, but I am really enjoying the process and I'm looking forward to the sweater. So the sweater I'm going to make is by one of my favorite designers I know. And I talked about this in the last video or one before, is The Weekender by Andrea Mowry. She made hers with not a hand spun, but she has made hand spun items. And a lot of her patterns are great for hand spun items. So this is a very positive, ease-friendly sweater. So doing it, you guys. I'm going to use this fabulous Scotland lamb fleece. It's so stinging soft. And I think I have enough exactly to probably make the sweater. And I'll have to use this teeny tiny little remnants I actually had to use because my Cotswold fleece, I did not have enough of it because of how I spun it to make the entire sweater. So the Miles shirt jacket. So I will have to use possibly this as well. I really hope that I have some left over because I am debating making the pockets for the Miles shirt jacket. I didn't do that. So we'll see. If I use all of the Scotland fleece, I will just use a different fleece because if you guys saw my tour, if you haven't seen my tour, definitely hop over to my videos and watch my yarn room tour. You'll be able to see the incredibly massive pile of fleeces that I have collected. They are all clean. Actually, there's only one fleece that is dirty, technically speaking, and that is I think it's alpaca. It's an alpaca because I was told by the woman who sold it to me that, because I've never spun straight alpaca before, and I may or may not spin straight alpaca. I kind of think I want to blend it with something, but she highly recommended spinning it dirty, not cleaned, because she said it can make it easier to spin. So there you go, which I do find with spinning lamb fleece or just wool in general. Maybe I am committing like a cardinal sin, but when I wash my fleece, I scour them, but I'm primarily trying to get the dirt out of them and like the creepy bits. I do not want all of the lanolin removed. I want some of the lanolin to stay in the wool. It gives it that waterproof property. It makes it very durable, so it's not dry. And so it protects it. It basically adds an extra barrier. Plus, if you use wool wash, the wool wash I like to use tend to have lanolin in them. So like, why would you want to remove all the lanolin? You know? It's great. It's great for your hands when you're spinning if you leave a little lanolin in there. I'm not talking heavy grease, but I mean, there's definitely still lanolin in these fleeces. So there you go. That's how I spin. I totally fly by the seat of my pants. I am not an expert at all. I really enjoy the process. It's a lot of fun. I can't remember, I've heard a couple people say this, but I am in my little heart of hearts, like a capital K knitter and a spinner second. So I definitely knit and then I'll spin. And so I spin well, I love the process, but I spin so I can knit it. But I do love spinning. I do really enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but I spin so I can knit with it. Like, I do want to make something with it. I don't know, maybe someday I will sell hand spun, but I really don't know. I kind of love working with it so much. I can't imagine. So, who knows? But did I mention that we finished? We're almost finished. It's still being worked on a little bit, but we're almost finished with the sheep house. So in this spring, summer, we are going to be getting some sheep. That is our plan, and I am so hopeful that that'll work. We still have to get the fencing in, so that'll be the thing in the spring. Like, once we hit the thaw, we have to do that right away. But we are gonna get some Shetland lambs. I'm so excited. That is the goal. And I have a breeder local here. She's also a vet, and she's so kind. Very close to where we live. So that is the goal, and I'm really excited. And little sheep, they're so stinking cute. Shetlands are just the sweetest looking little sheep, and very fun dispositions, and I'm very excited. Plus, then that means fleece. Oh my gosh. And I have to learn how to shear. We do have a shearer who comes through the area. So, I mean, we could probably utilize him, is my understanding from what she told me. But I also would love to learn how to blade shear. That's kind of like the original way. And I feel like it's a little more relaxing on the animal just because it's quiet. To me, it'd be more relaxing. Like, if I was gonna get my hair cut with the blade shears versus, I don't know. I just feel like it'd be more relaxing for everybody. Definitely more relaxing for me doing that to the sheep. So, yeah, I'm excited to learn how to do that. That would be part of my gamut of tricks and stuff to learn. It'll be a lot to learn. We've never had sheep. We're both not raised on farms, so this is totally a big learning curve. We started with ducks and chickens, and, well, dogs, really. We started with dogs, and then we moved to ducks and chickens, and now sheep, which I'm excited. Very, very excited. So, we'll see what that brings. I'd love to hear what you guys are up to. How is your week going? Is it sunny where you are? Do you guys have sun? Share, please share. If you have sunlight, I would love to hear about it. If you have tropical weather, ooh, that'd be nice too. But if you're covered in snow like we are, I'd like to hear that too, because we could just, go through it together. I don't mind the snow, really. I mean, I don't. Right now, it's perfect. This is perfect winter conditions, in my opinion. As long as the ground doesn't, or the roads don't freeze. The roads are damp right now because it's raining. But there's now about a foot of snow, a foot and a half in areas because it's getting compacted. But we originally had about 2 feet of snow. It's getting nice and compacted. But, yeah. I'm loving it. Other weird little thing that I just started trying today. I purchased a pomelo. I've never had pomelo before, but I love grapefruit. So I decided to try pomelo, and I found someone on TikTok. I think it was on Instagram. There's someone on Instagram that posted about how to use, like, as much of the pomelo as possible. And pomelo, if you go to the grocery store, it's in the fruit section, and it looks like a giant grapefruit, basically. Is what it looks like. It's huge. It's about this round. And I'd say it's a little bigger than a softball, basically. And what you can do is eat the innards. It tastes exactly like grapefruit, in my opinion. I love grapefruit, so it tastes exactly like that. However, it's a little less sour. It's not as sour, which that is awesome. Even though, as I said, I like sour things. But I basically juiced it, and I had the pomelo, which was delicious, and then the pith, which is, your white part between the fruit meat and the rind. You basically cut that off of the rind, and then you can put that cut it up and put it in boiling water, and I am currently actually baking it after I put it in. I boiled it for like 15 minutes, and then I took that and put it in a pan with about half a cup of water, half a cup of sugar, and just boiled that down until there's basically no water left. And then I put it on a cookie sheet with powdered sugar, covered in powdered sugar, and it's very similar to orange peel, candied orange peel. And I put that in there, and I'm letting that bake in the oven at 170, I think it's 175 degrees Fahrenheit for about 2 hours. I think, we'll see. I might have to cook it longer than that. I've never made it before, but it's basically making candy. It's kind of the idea of using everything of the fruit if you can. And so the rind, the part that has the oil in it, I put that in a jar, mason jar, a large mason jar, with some white distilled vinegar, and then I'm letting that sit for a couple days. Now, she said 3 days. We'll see where it looks in 3 days. But basically when it changes color, then you strain it, and it's a cleaner. Crazy, right? I mean, vinegar is a cleaner on its own, but this has then the citrus properties in it as well. It's supposed to be a degreaser, a multi-purpose cleaner. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to try it, that's for sure. I mean, why not try it? I've got the vinegar, and then I'm not just throwing it in the trash, because our chickens can't eat it. That's the thing. Chickens and ducks are not supposed to eat citrus, so I just throw all this stuff out otherwise. So if I make candied orange peel, if I make this candied pomelo, and then the cleaner, we'll see. I'm excited to try it. We'll see what happens. But I guess that's pretty much it, you guys. I think that's kind of my mind dump. But I'd love to hear what you guys are up to and how you're doing and what you're creating. I'd love to hear about that. So take care of yourself, be kind to others, and I hope you stay healthy and you're creating. Take care. Have a great rest of your week.